Everybody, welcome back to Final Resonance TV. Today I've got a special item for you, something that I've never shown anybody. A book, The Decade That Rocked by Mark Weiss, famous rock photographer. A lot of you probably know Mark from his work, if you're around at the time, like in Circus Magazine and all the covers that he did, like Slippery When Wet, Stay Hungry by Twisted Sister, and many other things that he did, like Dawkins Under Lock and Key, one of my personal favorites. Anyway, I was in Miami, Florida, at a place called Walt Vintage, and the owner, Bill, is a buddy of mine through Facebook, and I decided, since I'd never been in this store, that it was time that I made a stop. So I went in there and was blown away by his car collection they have there. They sell cars, vintage exotics in some case, like a Testarossa in there, Ferrari Testarossa, but they also sell great guitars of all vintages. And so it was a great day to hang out with Bill, and then I was walking out and I saw this killer book, which I'd heard about through Mark's videos, but I had not seen it and been able to flip through the pages yet. They just, I don't know, some of the bookstores just don't have it where I'm at. So I got a chance to finally check it out and was blown away. And then at some point in looking through it, I ran into this photo of Van Halen in 1981 finishing up a show. And for me, you know, this image says everything that got me into music. And Mark captured this moment that just is mind-blowing. So as I was talking to my friend Bill, he said he was offering up some prints. So I got the rate on the print and I decided to go for it. It was very reasonable, and got a print of it, which I have here, that I just got today. And you can see this fantastic photo that I now have a copy of my own. And it's like Van Halen at their peak. I kind of thought of Van Halen's peaks in two ways. In 1978, as they came up through the ranks and were, you know, giving Black Sabbath a run for their money every night. Some people say blowing them off the stage. Ozzy said they were really hard to follow. Tony Iommi said that. Neil Schon, that toured with him on the first tour, said that he was really hard to follow as well. And so they were amazing in 78. But in 81, they had this killer stage show with the multiple levels of speaker cabinets. I just thought it was the coolest thing, how it sort of stair-stepped, and they would go up on those cabinets, and then the killer light show, and then just the whole thing. They were just sort of like at the peak of their career in terms of being their own headlining artist in 81. So, and that's when they kind of came into my world and blew me away and made me want to play guitar for the last 30 plus years. And you can get this from Mark or through Walt Grace down in Miami, and you can get a special print. You just, you know, can actually go through the book, I think, and pick out what you like, which there are so many images that are mind-blowing that I would have like 50 of these prints if I could. So check him out. Check out Mark Weiss and his new book, The Decade That Rocked, at thedecadethatrocked.com, or you can touch base with Walt Grace Vintage down in Miami, Florida, and they can get with you and talk to you about prints and other things with or the books themselves, all of that. And like I said, Walt Grace is a great store. You can check it out online, and I think you'll be really impressed with what they do there. They do, like I said, vintage cars and guitars all in the same shop. It's amazing. But one of the cool things about this that Mark did for me was signed it for me. And I'll show it to you. I don't know if you can really read it, but what it says is, "Where have all the good times gone, Jeff? Right here in my book. And what good times they were. Keep rocking, Jeff. Mark Weiss, 2020." He knew I was a big Van Halen fan, so obviously Where Have All the Good Times Gone, the Kinks cover, was a big song on Diver Down, so that was really nice and really cool to see. Some really cool stories, and I hope that at some point I can have Mark Weiss on here and we can talk about some of these stories behind these photos, particularly the one that I got. I would love to know the story behind that and what that was like, because that was a concert that I was a little too young to be at and really wished I was at. So again, check out Walt Grace Vintage Guitars in Miami, Florida, and thedecadethatrocks.com or rocked.com with Mark Weiss. You can contact him there. All right, enjoy it. Rock on.